thanks for stopping by the channel again and checking out the video. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you're returning, then I'm glad you're back. Look, quickly, I have a couple of things to say. I've spent a fair few hours, like I'm into the double digits, flying around, going underwater, looking for locations. And I have to say that the devs have done well to eliminate an enormous amount of rat holes and mesh locations compared to other maps. Now, the amount of plugs I came across, very much needed. Not to say that there aren't any of these mesh or rat hole spots, I'm just trying to say that the map isn't a shit show like Genesis Part 2 was. So, credit where credit is due, the map developers have made an excellent addition to Ark's list of many maps to choose from. Now, before we jump into spot number 1 and look at some of the locations I found, don't forget to like and subscribe, because you can unlike and dislike and unsubscribe at any time, but just let me know why in the comments down below that you've chosen to like or dislike the content, so that I can improve the content for you guys in the future. Now, spot number 1 brings us to the desert. Let's bring up the map. So here we are, we're at 85.8 and 79.2. Chuck these away, bit of a quick look around. So first little location is just down here. You can see where I put the bed. So between these two bridges here, you've got this little location here. It's not really a rat hole, it's more of a little hidden location. You come in here. I'm on unofficial settings. Look, if you guys want official settings for any of these locations, let me know and I can probably go check it out for you guys. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to jump on your own little local server and test it out for yourself. But not a bad little spot. You can hide up in here, put down a few turrets, and yeah, just a nice little cheeky location to hide in the desert. But I feel like it's going to be quite well known, as it's going to be quite utilised by a fair few people. Anyway, let's jump to the next spot. So, still in the desert here, bring out the map and the GPS. Here we are, 86.7, 64.6. Have a look around. Everyone likes to know where these locations are, so I like to just sort of show it around. Now here we are, not a rat hole, more of just a little hidden location, enough to sort of stick away a little spot here, and just to get up your essentials. So enough to get down a smithy or forge and whatever else you need, just to get those basic stuff to get going before you can move on to a bigger and better location. But nonetheless, let's move on to spot 3. Alrighty, here we are, still in the desert. Let's break out these two things: map location and GPS. 85.8, 36.6. So just from this little crack here, from the water all the way up, we're going here into this rat hole. Now, it is not a rat hole, it's a cave. How people get confused between rat holes and caves beats me, but yes, it's a cave. Everyone loves a cave based location, and everyone hates one too. They've got their pros and cons, but this one's on the ground. You can run in with soakers, so build here at your own risk. I don't show off too many caves unless it's going to be a specific cave video, and if people would like me to crack ahead and try to do some cave videos of different locations for this map, then let me know in the comments down below and I will do that. But it's just a decent little cave spot in the desert, enough room to put down all the essentials, bit of breeding and everything else in between. So apart from that, it's not a rat hole, just a cave. I don't show off too many of these, so yeah. Let's go to the next spot. Breaking out this map here, GPS, where is it? Here we are. So 60.4, 71.1. Yeah, bit of a quick look around. We're going straight on down in here. Now I've tucked it away in here, so just a nice little, almost sort of 2 foundation wide. Enough to get down what you need just to get those basic stuff. You're gonna need a crossbow, grappling hooks, or a fly to get up in here. But yeah, enough to get the bed down, some of the essentials that you need. Not a bad little spot, tucked away, but I do like it just because if you're out here, you can't see it. So it's away from prying eyes. Just from, you've got to be right up close to actually see where you're building. Yeah. Let's move on to the next spot, guys. So whilst we're in the area, I just showed you the little location over there. will break out the GPS. So 60.4, 71.8. Now this isn't base location, more so just pointing out a mesh spot location. Now where is it? Straight up here. So if you can find this column here, this pillar, a bit too fast. There's a mesh location right up in here. Just put down that foundation so I can find it. Yeah, look. Build the mesh locations at your own risk. There's plenty of room up here, but it is a bannable offense. So mesh spots, I don't like to promote them. I sort of just generally note them in videos so people know of them, just to check them if other people are building them, and for maybe, you know, the developers to see them so that they can plug them in future updates. But nonetheless, this is a spot. Ooh, too far. And yeah, just so you know, for future reference, if you're going through this little area, that there could be someone up there. But yeah, I think it is a grappling hook or Pelagornis entry too, for those who do wish to attempt that, but I don't know. Anyway, next spot. Look, there's plenty of those little spots. Just noting it that there is another little cave location here. 68.0, 53.2. Pretty easy to find. But yeah, it's gonna be all these little cave locations are going to be very common for people just to build in, and you know, a lot of new players to servers will probably attempt to build in these and just hide away. But yeah, it's always good to know of all these spots, just the note for future reference if you do come across it, just to check it out. But yeah, nothing to showcase there, and we'll move on. Okay, so not the most conventional location here, but you know, nonetheless, it is a spot that you can hide in or attempt to stay here for, you know, a couple of hours or a day or so. 69.8, 41.5. You're looking for a big old castle here with the red roof, red flags. Now, the coordinates I gave you are for this spot right here. So what we do is just build up under here. So coming back, that's my face. Coming back far enough, you know, relatively hard to see unless, you know, it's night time and you've got the forges going. But yeah, look, enough to stick down some stuff here. You can run up here, so you've got land access too for whatever you need. But just a nice little tucked away spot. Get down those, you know, basic stuff that you start off with the game, and you know, you get your first flyer and you want to get off the ground or to a higher location that people hopefully won't come by. But yeah, alrighty. Probably tell that I'm a bit rusty on, you know, talking about my videos again, so having a bit of a break over the holiday period and a little bit before. Yeah, trying to get back into the swing of it again. So here's another location here. 51.8, 32.5. But yeah, what we're looking at is this big old rock right here, and we're going right in underneath. Now, my placement probably not the best. You probably can see it if you are a little bit lower, but you can get that cliff platform in here. So, you know, water access only, flying for, you know, those who want to attempt. But you know, you stick down a chandelier on sort of both entrances here, and you've got a decent little location here, decent little spot that you can defend. Come up in here as well. And if you don't want to risk it, or you don't have enough materials ready to build the platform, the cliff platform, you can stick down a couple of foundations, put down some of the essentials you need, branch out some roofs, some ceilings, and yeah, you can just build up the stuff that you need before you can, you know, before you want to or need to put down the cliff platform. But yeah, I thought this is just a pretty groovy little location just to tuck away and hide up in. Alrighty, so this location here, I haven't really seen anyone post about it or mention it. It's not the best location, but nonetheless it's something a little bit different. Classified semi-mesh, I reckon. I don't know, you can have your own opinion on it. Here we are on the map. Let's go, map 51.8, 33.7. Now, that's my pair that I just stuck down. Oh yeah, coming all the way down to underneath. what you can see is I put up a pillar and some ceilings. Yeah, can't go through it, and you can't see from the other side. What we can do is place enough to get up underneath here. I managed to put down, sort of 3 ceilings, enough to, probably even place a bit more if you wanted to. Not sure that's going to stick out, it might, but yeah, I don't know if you're going to fit up in here. Yeah, look, that one's going to come straight out. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty groovy little spot to hide in. Yeah, very different. I do like it. I'll probably end up using it myself just to get those essentials down. After you get it flying, you can sneak up here, hide away, and yeah, I'd use that spot until it's definitely patched, because it's not game breaking. It's not a massive mesh location, but yeah, just a good C4 will drop your entire base too. So build here at your own risk, and yeah, we'll go jump onto the next location. Ooh, quick stop off at a cave. Here we are. Let's get the map and a GPS. Let's put it away. Map, GPS 44.3, 41.5. Not a bad little spot. It's off the ground. Put up a decent death wall. It's going to be somewhat difficult for people to raid, but yeah, it's just quite a nice. It's quite open, enough for him to stick down. Just everything you need. It's also got water access, so it's definitely a big tribe base. But yeah, definitely just a little stop by here, show it off, and we'll move on. Here we go. Noteworthy. Here we are. 18.1, 14.5. Another cave. Look, for rat holes on land. It's a large rat hole. It's not a rat hole. It's just a cave. Nice little spot. Enough to stick away, but yeah, nothing special there, guys. Just a cave. Very typical, and there's quite a lot of these around. I'm not showing them all. I'm showing a couple of them, but yeah, I'm just showcasing this one as it slowly gets foggy and foggier, just because it's quite far away from the mainland. So I'd expect to, see people utilising it, just because it's definitely out of the main traffic locations. Anyway, next location. Here we are. Map location, GPS 22.6, 19.2. Quick look around to those. Looks like the fossils down in Australia. Very nice. Here we go. Come down on here. Not a massive footprint, actually very, very small. But you can make it as big or as small as you want. You can utilise this whole entire area if you wanted to, but you are going to be seen from out here. I've chosen just to use this little sliver up in here. You could probably play around with it a little bit more, try to get more room to wiggle with. But yeah, you can probably fit down a bed, clip in your smithy and a forge in that, and just have those essentials here, enough to sort of hide away and not be seen from anyone swimming, flying by, or anything else in between. Yeah, let us know. Now we're looking at, let's go 32.4 and 41.4 for our map location and coordinates. Just a bit of a quick gander around, bit of a look-see, and back on down. So find this bridge, find these icicles sticking out, and you're going just in there. So you can just see through it, but relatively tucked away quite nice, and you can get down a decent sized floor plan if you want to. That's a bit of a janky build that I put down for location, but you can stick down a decent sized floor plan, stick down a decent sized floor plan and have everything else that you need in here. It's quite a decent sized little hidden base, not a rat hole, because it's not big enough. It's not big enough to sort of go deep back in, and the hole itself is pretty large. Yeah, let's jump on to the next spot. Here we are in the trench. Yeah, 28.7, 59.8. Well, building in these sort of areas, you know, it's all at your own risk because, yeah, plenty of wyverns. But, you know, having these spots can be good and bad. You could just use them as a little fob just to stick down and a foundation in a box just to store some wyvern eggs as you're, you know, trying to collect as many as possible. But where we're going is right here. So this weird little horn looking shaped rock going up in here. Now just up in here a little bit more, and I've stuck down a foundation. You could probably play around with the placement of this a lot better than what I did. It's just enough to stick down that and a bed just so I can find the spot. But yeah, this is this little location. Plenty of room. If you haven't seen what you can fit in 1x1 base, then look, you can fit a lot of stuff into 1x1, and anything bigger than that, then you're cheering. Alrighty, we'll go have a gander at the next spot. Now I'm going to say this spot is pretty juicy. Still over here in the top right hand corner of the map. Where's my GPS? Let's go 27.1 and 71.4. Now fly out. We're looking for good old Lion King sort of looking rock here, and come down here on this ledge. And what I have found here is a decent little rat hole. So you can stick down a few turrets. That's the word I'm looking for. A few turrets, and yeah, pretty well protected. You've got that one sort of drop-in entrance that sort of comes either side of that rock, and plenty of room to work with. Lots of little, you know, nooks and crannies, but it also goes quite far back and it's quite deep. So as you can see, we'll go over this way first, have a look around. Nothing up in there, nothing too far that way, and to this direction. So yeah, quite a large rat hole when you think about it, the amount of room that you got to build with. You could honestly build right down here and just have this as the entrance, but I reckon if people can get in here, they could probably chuck down a cryopod, bring out a soaker. So I'd figure out a nice way to build in this little spot, and you'd have a relatively decent base. Can we get through here? Yeah, we can fit just through there. So yeah, that's that location. Quite a decent little rat hole, quite a juicy little spot. Anyway, we'll check out the next couple of spots. Now here we are down with the magma saws. Where's my map? There it is. 22.1 and 65.0. So I have gamma up just so it's a little bit easier to see. Yeah, looking for this sort of formation up here. This is where we want to go. So what I've already done is gone ahead and placed down a foundation, and you can use Pelagornis. I've seen, I've been able to do it, but yeah, foundation works just as well. Let's crouch. Let's land on here at least. Crouch. So by placing the foundation down, you can crawl straight in, and we're in here. So nice little rat hole here, and it is also quite an open little spot here. But yeah, it actually goes quite far back. You can stick down. What's that fog? You can stick down, you know, enough room to stick down a lot of stuff here, guys. So use to, you know, whatever you want to do. I think that's as deep as it goes. Yeah, not a bad little spot, and because considering the area that you're in with magma saws, it's going to be quite a difficult spot to try and raid, just because of the constant aggro that, you know, raiders might get from the magma saws around the area. Over here again in good old Lava Land. Jeez, where's all the stuff? There we are. Map and GPS 19.5, 64.8. And I've already stuck a bear down in here. And yeah, just a little floor plan that you can sit down in this little spot. Plenty of room. Decent entrance though. But I guess if you come out here, you know, you're not going to see it too well, but it does stand out a little bit. But yeah, look, not a bad little spot. It is hard to find rat holes and decently hidden base locations on this map. The devs have done well to sort of limit them to an extent, but you know, you gotta utilize what you got. So this is what we got. This is what we're using, and yeah, move on to the next spot. And we're still in the same sort of area here, guys. So GPS 22 and 63.4. Have a look around, just above all these lava rivers, and we're going in there. You can just see the foundation there. But yeah, just with that little lip of that rock, it sort of hides the foundations. Yeah, enough to sit down to bed. A couple of the forges, smithy, and everything else in between. Just note that, you know, nighttime burning, you know, smelting the metal, you are going to stand out a little bit. So choose to do that when it suits yourself. So yeah, this is our little spot. Enough to get down what you need, and decent spot to go do some farming too. Alrighty, it's a lucky last location. Not that I condone it, but nonetheless, I still want to show it. So here we are, 23.6 and 62.0 application here as well. I'll fly out here just a little bit. I am gamming up just so it's a little bit easier to see. You're looking for that pillar there. So just going to look around. So coming in, find this pillar. This is a mesh location. So if you go to those purple crystals over there, then you've definitely gone too far. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets patched at some point. But yeah, coming up in here, and we can fly straight up and under, straight up and over, and we are in the mesh. Now, build here at your own risk is a bannable offence. I have mentioned that before, and I will continue to mention it. But yeah, definitely, you know, plenty of room to work with as much as you want. Go as far as you need to. But yeah, just a location to note as well as mention for those who wish to use it and or would like to just, you know, ensure that they check it out in case someone else has built it up there. But don't be surprised that that isn't fixed in future updates. Hopefully it is fixed. Anyway, thanks for checking in, tuning in, watching the video. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I will be dropping an underwater base location video as well. And look, thanks for suffering through a bit of my commentary. A little bit rusty, but going to get back into the swing of things. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.